Good morning and welcome to this press conference. My name is John Prasad, a diocesan priest of the Diocese of Georgetown and serving out my few last days as General Secretary of the Antilles Episcopal Conference. With me here this morning is Archbishop Charles Jason Gordon, the Archbishop of Port of Spain, and the host bishop of the First Mission Congress of the AEC. And to my far left, Deborah DeRosia, who is the Pontifical Mission Society's directress, diocesan directress here in Port of Spain. We are here this morning to launch a very important AEC event that will take place next year, September, in the Archdiocese of Port of Spain, the First Mission Congress of the AEC. This event is being organized by the Pontifical Mission Societies of the AEC. And so we might ask, what are the Pontifical Mission Societies? At various times in the history of our church, 4 societies were formed by different persons, lay people, religious, priests, and 1 bishop too, to assist the missionary effort of the church. The whole point of the societies was to encourage all members of the church to pray and sacrifice for the missionary activity of the church. The 4 societies are: 1, Holy Mission Missionary Childhood, which was founded by a French bishop, Charles de Forbin Jansen, to encourage children to help their peers understand and embody the missionary spirit. Children are encouraged to pray and sacrifice for the missions. Sacrificial offerings are used to help with children projects all over the world. The second society, the Society of the Propagation of the Faith, was started by Pauline Jaricot, and this is probably the most popular of the societies, as an annual collection referred to as Mission Sunday collection is taken up throughout the Catholic world during October, and this is used to help mission churches throughout the Catholic world. The third society, the Society of St. Peter Apostle, was started by a mother and daughter, Stephanie and Jamie Bigard. And this annual collection is used to help with the training and formation of priests and religious. And the final society, the Society of the Missionary Union of Priests and Religious, was founded by Blessed Paolo Manna, a priest, and this society encourages priests and religious to cultivate a missionary spirit. So those are our 4 missionary pontifical mission societies. While sacrificial offerings are part of the work of 3 of these societies, evangelization, the spreading of the good news of salvation in Jesus Christ, is the hallmark of the works of the Pontifical Mission Societies. So in each diocese, the Pontifical Mission Society's director, in collaboration with a mission board, is responsible for the promotion of these societies, calling and inviting the faithful to full participation in the mission of the church. The diocesan directors are coordinated by a national/regional PMS director, who is the PMS director of the Antilles. Serving presently in this capacity is Father Esteban Cross of the Diocese of Maribor. Now, the Holy Father, Pope Francis, has invited the Universal Church to celebrate October 2019 as an extraordinary mission month to commemorate the centenary of the enactment of the encyclical Maximum Illud on the propagation of the Catholic faith throughout the world. During the annual plenary meeting of the Antilles Episcopal Conference this April in Rome, the bishops accepted the proposal by the National Director of the PMS in the Antilles to have as the official opening of the Extraordinary Mission Month 2019 a first Mission Congress in the Antilles, to be held from September 19th to the 22nd, 2019 in the Archdiocese of Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago. This Mission Congress will have as its theme the theme of the Extraordinary Mission Month, Send and Baptize the Church of Christ on Mission in the World. It is now my distinct pleasure to invite the Archbishop of Port of Spain and the Vice President of the Antilles Episcopal Conference, Archbishop Charles Jason Gordon, to address us. Archbishop Gordon.
Thank you, Father John. So Father John has put the big context of the church and its structure for mission with the Pontifical Mission Society with its 4 departments that move mission forward throughout the whole world. Remember, Jesus said, go out into the whole world, proclaim the good news. And so from Rome, these departments ensure that the good news is being proclaimed throughout the whole world. We in the Caribbean have been the recipients of missionaries for a very long time. And now, as a church coming of age, we have started to focus on mission ourselves. Last year, the bishops of the Antilles Episcopal Conference issued one of their pastoral letters on mission, looking at mission of the church in the Caribbean area and its full impact and all the challenges for mission and missionary activity in our Caribbean. Next year, the bishops want to make a shift now from thinking about mission towards moving towards mission, committing our whole Caribbean to this missionary endeavor. In Trinidad next year, in this month of mission that the Holy Father has asked for, an extraordinary month of mission, so that we really focus the Church International around this big theme of mission. We are preparing to launch a missionary congress, bringing together people from all over the AEC region. That's the English, Dutch, and the French-speaking Caribbean people. So that together here in Trinidad and Tobago, children, families, lay people, priests, religious, coming together, praying together, thinking together, acting together, will understand, digest, and come to the place of trying to understand and live what mission means for us in the AEC region. This is a big event. We've not done this before. We've done one on vocations 2 years ago, and that was a major success. This one is going to be even more people. So we're thinking of and planning for thousands of children gathering for a missionary congress. I want you to imagine what that would look like. We're planning and thinking for 150 people from around the region coming together so that together we can share, think, and each person from each diocese and archdiocese goes back to their home with this sense of mission. So the Congress has some objectives. The first objective is formation. Formation, formation, formation. What is formation? Well, you know, we have to find a way to bend our heart to God's will. And we have to find a way to put on the mind of Christ. We have to find a way to live as Christ would live. These are elements of formation. And so we want to help our people coming together to bend their heart to the heart of Christ and to the will of Christ, to put on the mind of Christ, to think as Christ would think, and to act as Christ would act as missionaries. And when we do this formation process for those who come, they will then take this back to their diocese and do this formation process with their people at home. The second big objective is to help people to have the mind of Pope Francis. Have you read anything by Pope Francis on mission? It gets so exciting. Pope Francis talks about the joy of the gospel. He talks about the church being a missionary field hospital. He talks about the church going out to the existential peripheries of the margins of society. He talks about a church that is not safe and secure, but a church that is out there where the real action is. And that's about mission. And that's how Pope Francis sees the church. The mission is not a special activity that the church engages in from time to time when we send people to foreign countries. Mission is what we do every day, 24/7. It's who we are. It's our deepest identity. It's who we are as church. And this is all part of this formation process that we are looking at doing in this missionary congress. Our second objective is to translate the vision into action, because dreams are wonderful, and without dreams we would never move from where we are to somewhere else. But dreams by themselves end up nowhere. Action is great, but if we just act and act and act, all we'll do is be on a hamster on that wheel spinning. Dreams and action coming together leads us to a future that is going to be different. That's why we want to translate these big ideas of mission into very practical ways of living missionaries within the Church of the AEC region. One of the practical things is that the Church International, once a year in October, picks up a collection for the missions throughout the world. We, the AEC, are major recipients of that. Most of our dioceses in the Caribbean actually receive from the missionary collection. Trinidad and Bermuda, the two dioceses that actually contribute without receiving. But we are a church throughout the world. And what we receive comes from the church throughout the world. And so we want to be more generous so that what we give and what we receive is equal in generosity. And so the children, the adults, our whole church participating in the support for the mission, but also being missionaries ourselves in our families, in our communities, in our schools, in our workplaces. This Congress is going to be a very exciting Congress. And it's one I would ask you, keep your eye on this, because as more news comes out, as the details come out, as we come to really grapple with what this Congress will be, you will see the impact it will have for your life and for the life of our Caribbean church.
Thank you, Archbishop. I mean, if you understand, that's a little preview of the kind of formation that will take place at this Congress. And thank you for reminding us, as the church's documents say, that a constitutive element of church is mission.
Yes.
In other words, the church exists for mission. And
Pope John Paul said, the church does not have a mission. The mission has a church. The church exists for the mission of God. And so if we are not there for the mission of God, then we are not being church that Christ has left us to be.
Yes. Thank you for that. And now I wish to invite Sister Deborah de Rosier, the Archdiocesan Directress of the PMS, to share with us some aspects of the plans for the Mission Congress. Sister Deborah.
Thank you, Father John. I became even more excited when I heard the both of you share on what is happening and what we are already planning for. Because already we have a team of about 40 persons who have been working over the months to bring this together. We have had people from the Catholic Board of Education. We have people from various communities throughout the country who have been gathering together on the second Saturday of every month. And we have been delving into what would make this a blessing for the entire region and what will also contribute for the building up of individuals as we gather together. So we are beginning on Thursday the 19th, and the schools throughout our country will come together. It's also our hope that there will be children coming in with adults from the Caribbean, the AEC region. Our schools who will take part will be primary schools, Catholic children from government schools as well. We would also have our secondary schools, and we are aiming at bringing in Catholics who are in our various universities, because we believe that all students, regardless of their levels, must become very conscious that together we are a part of this missionary activity or mission of the church. So plans are on the way to have 3 streams, that our infants will be in one stream and they will work together. There are people planning to work with our little children to help them from their earliest years to understand mission. Then we have those who are in our middle school. There will be a stream going for them as well, and a body of teachers and other persons have been working with them. The University of the West Indies Theatre Arts Group, they are on board to make sure that the presentations are going to be at the level of the various students. And those in the secondary schools and tertiary education, they would have a stream running all at the same time. This will be taking place at the Center of Excellence.
And what day?
On the 19th, that's the very first
September.
day, the 19th of September next year. So we look forward to that. It's all budding, but people are excited, and those who are hearing would have ideas. So from the Caribbean, they can send ideas to the committee so that we can work this together to really make it Antilles Congress, and not just the planning coming out of the Archdiocese of Port of Spain. On the Friday and the Saturday, which is the 20th and the 21st of September, we are bringing together leadership from the various territories, whether they come from the Family Life Commission, Catechetical Commission, whether they come from the Evangelization Commissions, whatever the leadership may be in our respective areas, we are expecting that representatives will come to our country, and those from Trinidad, about 500 persons, to gather for those 2 days. There will be main presenters, and these presenters will address topics such as the call to mission, living the mission in the church, etc. Presenters like Father Esteban Cross, who is our national director in this area. Should I say Dr. Charles Jason Gordon, Archbishop of the Archdiocese of Port of Spain, will present. Father John Persad, our gracious AEC Secretary General, who will be leaving us shortly, but whose heart will always be with us and be with the mission. And others, Father Bishop Clyde Harvey, they will present. And coming out of their presentations, there will be workshops. In fact, they will suggest the discussion questions. They will guide us in this area. And at the end of it, the kind of formation that Archbishop has been speaking about, we are trusting will begin to develop, to grow, to expand, so that our church will be deeper and richer as a result of our gathering for these workshops. All day Friday, all day Saturday. So it's going to take effort, it's going to take energy and commitment, but it will happen because together we are on a pathway to growth. Then on the Sunday, which is the final day of the Congress, the 22nd, we want to be a public witness. We are going to be out at the grandstand, Queen's Park, Savannah, where we are hoping we can use both the North Stand and the grandstand to accommodate as many of our Catholic brothers and sisters, from the youngest child to the eldest person, men, women, families coming together. And on that day, the program is going to be such that there will be talks, there will be bits of presentations that would have come out of the Friday and the Saturday that will be shown on a screen so that people can understand what was taking place before. And we would also have some cultural activities. Why? The Caribbean would be here, the Antilles would be here. Our Dutch brothers and sisters must also show us what they are doing for mission. They must show us what we can do for mission. And the rest of the Antilles must bring their flavor into mission. So they will have an opportunity to publicly display and to share with us what mission is all about as they experience it. And this will then be closed with Mass on the final day. Of course, the bishops, we are hoping, would all be here, and if not all, many of them. So they will be celebrating Masses, they will be facilitating workshops, they will be journeying with us throughout the time. Our fathers, some of them have been asked to look at the morning prayer and the evening prayer, because while this is a Congress going on, we are hoping that all of it will be interlaced with prayer that is organized by the entire body. So we look forward, as the bishops have given their blessing, we look forward to 4 days of a great mission congress.
Thank you, Sister Deborah. And I mean, you see the excitement. There's so much there, and something to really look forward to with great anticipation. And even as we are now preparing to enter the great season of anticipation, Advent, it's a wonderful time as we launch this to prepare ourselves for what will happen next year here in the Archdiocese. But as an AEC event, the coming together of the church throughout the Caribbean. So it's really, I'm certainly excited myself, and I know that we all will be as we move forward. The panel will now be open for any questions that you may wish to ask.
I have one question. Sister Debbie, you said we are targeting lots of school children, secondary school, primary. But if a young person outside of the education system is interested in attending, is that possible?
Everything is possible. We are church, and we are a very inclusive body of people. So yes, when it is advertised, they can go online, they can register to participate, because there will be online registration. So anybody will be able to attend. The activities will all be listed out, and whatever area they would like to, as long as we know in advance.
No problem.
Great. Any other questions or queries? Great. So I wish to thank you for your time this morning and encourage all of you, not only who are here in this room this morning, but this is going out live, being streamed live, and will be going out throughout the AEC region. I wish to encourage you all to find out more and get involved in the preparation of this first Mission Congress in our region. And to bring this press conference this morning to a conclusion, I wish to invite Sister Deborah to lead us in a prayer.
Wonderful Father, gracious God, we want to thank you for placing in the hearts of our leaders, Pope Francis particularly, and all those who serve with him, a desire to see the growth and the spread of our church. We want to thank you for the marvelous experience that we have all had of your Son Jesus, who has made us excited about him, so that we too want to make this journey to bring him to the lives of others. We entrust this conference to you, and we ask that your blessings be with us. Be with us throughout the Antilles, that as we seek to do the work that is necessary, it will be working with great joy to accomplish the task that has been entrusted to us. Bless us. Bless all of our bishops, whose responsibility it is to guide us in the path that leads to fullness of life, and grant it working together all things will work for good and for the exaltation of your name. We ask this through Jesus, who is Lord and Christ, forever and ever.
Amen.
Amen.